Okay, good morning. It is Monday, April 17th, 2023. Currently it's 9:08 in the morning. I am going to do a recording and probably premiere this around 12:30 this afternoon when I hopefully plan to be sleeping, but we'll see. I've got two instances of OBS running. I've got this one here running, and I'm using another instance to record this. And I thought I would do something different today. I'm going to cover a couple different things. So first and foremost, I want to get into OBS, and while I'm putting some thoughts together, I'm just going to run this in the background. Let that run while I gather my thoughts, because there's no script, there's no rehearsal, there's really no thoughts that go into this. So OBS is what you need to stream if you want to have a lot of cool gizmo-y, gimmicky type of things. And what do I mean by that? Well, you have to have a scene, and within your scene, you have to have a source. And this is nothing more than a media player that's looking to this file and playing this file. If I go down to this scene, you'll see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's a bunch of sources in there. There's way too many. Sources are simply turned on and off by using the eye within the source. This is something I put together for the little gimmicky thing about being first on YouTube chat with a couple of trophies, and you get your name and the date that you were first. It's kind of gimmicky. And then this was the introduction I put together just to show the text effect. I think I want to go ahead and fire up the Sword Soft mouse track. And I think I want live draw for now. It may be the spotlight. Well, I'm going to see what this, you can't do the spotlight. So it looks like you can't do, well, that's interesting. I can't even get out of it now. I don't want live draw. Won't let me get out of it. That's kind of crazy. Mouse click. I can't do, so there's something weird going on there. Usually you can have two running at the same time, but you can just click out of what this. Let's see if Control Z does anything. Control Z is not functional. Go to live draw. Nope, that's locked up. That's clear. So now I already have Task Manager running. Yeah, this might. Okay, so now it's gone away. So maybe now we're good. Spotlight is pretty cool. Spotlight is really kind of cool because it does spotlight things, and you can change on screen the size of your spotlight. So I'm going to let that one run. And then I think if I turn this one off, then I can go to live draw. And live draw is nothing more than when it's active, you can draw across your screen like this. Okay. So there's a secondary menu that comes up. And I'm just going to kill that, and I'm going to get rid of that so I can move this off the screen. And I'm going to go ahead and move this off the screen. Put it over there. Okay, so the point and purpose of this is to show you can have a basic scene with one source, or you can have a basic scenes with however many are in here, and there's a bunch. And then you can have your other one, which is my nightly main Zoom YouTube stream, and it too has too many things in here. If I turn off the main 1, which is, I call it zoom window 2, then everything should, the zoom goes away. Zoom's not running. So if I turn the clocks, the QR code goes off. If I turn off the text, photo mix media goes away. If I turn off the clocks, that goes away. And then anything I turn on will be, depending on what's on top, whatever's on top is going to show first. So for example, I can turn on the I can turn on the clocks again. I can turn on the QR code again, and I can turn on photo mix media again, and I can come back up here and hit this, and that'll take, because it's on top, whatever's on top, it's just layers. Whatever's on top is going to play. It's depending on what your intent is and what you want to do. I don't want that to show, so I don't think that will show. Then that's what you want. And then it'll go down to whatever's on next. So if I turn that off, video capture device is a camera. I don't think that's going to work because, well, it might. So if I turn the camera on, no, it won't, because I'm actually using that camera right now in the other OBS. So I don't think I can change cameras. Let's see if I can. I wished it would highlight which one this is, and I wished it would let you rename these. Oh, there we go. So that other camera did come on, but now you'll notice there's no green screen on that. That's because to get a green screen effect in here, you have to come down here and I want to turn off the email, which it should already be off, but oh, it's not, because it's only running in that instance of OBS. It's not running in this one, so I have to manually do this, which is right here. And then this is what I want. So I'm going to copy this, simple computer, right click, copy, or control C. And then I'm going to go back up here to where I was at, which is here. And I'm going to go down to the bottom, or try to go down to the bottom, because I have so many of these. As you can see, I have no place to put it. I take it all the way up there, and I still can't do it because there's no place to put it. So I don't know how I can add this. I think if I right click here and try to paste it, it did work. It put it in there. So now I want that to be, I think it automatically goes to the top, and it did. So then we can resize it just by grabbing the corner, or you can hold your Alt key down, and sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. So I want that box to be about the same size as the other one. And generally Alt and holding this works. Maybe it's Control. Yeah, it's Control now. So I want this box to be the same. So I'm gonna hold Control. I'm gonna bring this over here, hold Control down, and naturally it's not gonna work. I tell you, can't win for losing. So this is weird that it works for some things but not others. Anyway, I'm going to make it approximately the same size, right, like that. But the camera's hidden. So, but if I switch these two around, there's me. I'm going to put this one up at the top. And then I want that one there. This is going so well. If I turn off the camera, it's there. Now you would think I'd know how to do this because I absolutely have it set up the same way in the other source with the camera on top and this underneath it, just like it is here. Goes camera and then this. So if I turn that on, I'm not sure why that's not doing what it's supposed to do, because it should do what it's supposed to do. Turn it off. Interesting. Which is rare that I use this on the main zoom, but this is how you get 1400, which is an exaggeration, sources, because you're like, oh, I'll try that here. Now I am a little frustrated that I have this set up over there with the capture device first and the screen second. Now if I spotlight this will be a good test. Okay, so that's cool. So I like this. I've just got to figure out how to put it to good use. So I can spotlight this and I can say your video capture device is that, your background is that, and I should be able to display both at the same time. I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking because this is not working. Camera works. And then if I bring this there, that works. That does what it should do. But then this should work as well, because if this works and this is working, this is playing and this is covering that corner, I can move this wherever I want by clicking on that, and then I can move it over here. So it's doing what it's supposed to do. I'm going to turn off the media source. I'm going to bring the media source down one. Now this is set up backwards of the other one, and it's still not working. Crazy. Camera's working. Background's working. But it's not working the way it's supposed to. Now it's supposed to work is that background. Well, it is showing. So enough for that. I am actually going to delete these because I don't need them. I'm going to turn off the spotlight. I'm going to delete them. I just wanted to show how to add sources. I don't want them. I don't need them. And now that's gone. That camera shut off. So you get different things. We know this is the 260. Image 5 is, I use that as a background. Then I had a weather radar, which is not going to show because this is pointed to, and this is real easy to see what's going on. So this is not showing up. So you click on it, highlight it, go to properties, and this is trying to find a Chrome window on the weather. So I don't need that. I'm going to cancel it and I'm going to delete it. You can delete it by right click delete, or which is actually remove, or you can click on it, come down here to the trash bin, and you can click on the trash bin right here, and it prompts you, do you want to get rid of it? Yes, I do. So that's that. And I'm going to go through here later today and actually clean this up. My grandkids, that's just a picture of our newest grandbaby. And then I created this. I just haven't figured out how to implement it yet. I think it's pretty cool. And the Alex timer, when Alex goes in the waiting room. Another version of the Alex timer. So I like this version the best. So I don't really need that. So I'll turn that one off. Make sure this is the one I want to delete. Go down here while it's running. Watch what happens when you delete it. It goes away. And you just basically gain that back and you end up with some space. Funnies 3 is probably, yeah, device is not connected. So we go here. This is looking for not that window for sure. So I'm going to cancel that and I'm just going to delete it. Yeah, I'm just going to delete it. I've been advised to get better at pulling the trigger on deleting stuff, so that's what I'm going to do. This is the intro that we all know. That came from Brian Lightfoot. It's sticking around. This is an intro that I created. I'm going to keep it for a little bit. The email that I do have set up on my streaming OBS to actually use with the Stream Deck. If I hit the button, it comes on the streaming OBS, and it goes off like it should, but I don't have it connected to this one. Zoom window, if Zoom was running, then it would show up in here. You guys all know what that looks like, so there's no need to show that. QR code we already went over. Clocks we discussed. Zoom homies text is just something I threw together just to fill the space. I only did that because I wanted the space to be filled. Why? I don't like having no now I brought up Zoom because I wanted to show you can have two cameras. You have two camera sources. You have Zoom dedicated to one camera, and then OBS is dedicated to another. As long as this window remains active, then I can come up here and go to Zoom window 2, and right there it is. And you can see there's a little bit of adjustment that needs to be made, that this is a little bit too big and it's overtaking that. So there's a couple ways to do that. You can come in here and click on that, go to your or double click on it, and that's pointing to where it's going, so that's cool. Cancel that. I want to click on, oh, it's locked. Okay, here's an important thing I keep forgetting. See this lock right here? Once you get it set how you want to lock it. That way no changes can be made. You'll see right now it's locked. I can't make any changes to this. Zoom window, unlock, get rid of the highlight. Now you'll see the red box around this. Hopefully I can move this around. I can put it anywhere I want. And then if I have 12 people in here in Zoom, then it takes up that whole entire space. So to make this work with what's going on right now, I'd have to put this about like that, and then try to fill it in with this and that and that, right like that. That way it's not overtaking this. Impossible to do when there's more than 2 or 3 people in here. Or I can come in here and take this, and it's not locked, so I can actually zoom this down to like that. But that's really not, it just, to me, it doesn't seem like it's, if everyone's over here in Zoom and you just want to fill the space in, then that being small like that, it doesn't really serve the purpose. And I've been asked to bring the fish tank cam back in here, and it would be the same thing. To make it functional, it's going to have to be about that big, and I don't know that that's feasible and workable or not. I really don't. So we're going to continue to go on here. I'll go ahead and turn that off. Waterfalls is the same thing, but except I've got it in the entire background. Now I flirted with this. This one's a bad one to use because it has running water to it, and I could probably run the volume of that down, which I already have, but it's still pretty loud. But I like this concept because that way, when there's 12 people in here and this fills up the whole thing, you still have little gaps and you have a little bit of a background. But again, it's layered. So whatever's on top, it just works its way down. I'm going to show this. I'm going to show this. I'm going to show that. I'm going to show that. I'm going to show this. Funny window's not going to show because I know that goes to a slideshow, but I want to keep it the same thing. This one probably, oh, this one does show. I was messing around with the green screen and masking In Davinci Resolve, these are pointed to a folder on my data drive, so that's why they're showing up. And you'll see that one's a little off, so I'm going to bring it up a little bit like that. And none of these are locked. All right, so moving on, we'll go look and see YouTube funnies. Now this is where I stacked a couple on top of one another just to see, again, to fill the space. That way I don't have that black non-use. It's just not being used space. Greg text, Greg's picture. Probably can get rid of that. The 1-star thing that I created. So I don't need Greg showing right now. Again, that fills up the entire background. All right, so let's move on. I'll clean out all that up later today. I'm hoping this red box is showing up on this recording because that tells you something's supposed to be there, but if it's turned off, you don't know what it is. So you just off click and the box goes away. Then I have my in stream that I put together that I really kind of like. I got some things I want to do to it. I haven't made up my mind if I want to spin these or not. Obviously my tribute that for people that pass away, for people that are either members of the Zoom homies or family members of the Zoom homies. And I missed one last week and I have to apologize to Robert on that. And I have my daily Davinci, which is right now mirrored because it's pointing to this screen. So to fix that, I can come in here, go to Davinci Resolve, go to, actually it's not pointing to this screen, it's pointing to it's pointing to the original, so I can just change the source. Let's just say I want it to go to this one, and then I can come over here and make it look nice and neat by moving things around, covering up things, whatnot. So that's how that works. So that's pretty good. This was my original one, and you can see already I've already gotten things in there that I don't need. I put this in there for when Bobby Warren's class is watching, and I'll make a quick change to that. I'm going to go into there. I'm going to unlock it. I'm going to go to properties. I'm going to go down to color. And can I move the color? I can't move the color box. That's what I like about Davinci Resolve. So I'm going to go ahead and make this about right. That's pretty dark. We'll hit OK. We'll hit OK. And that changes it automatically. Cool. So let's get into what the show is all about. That's enough of this. I've got a lot of work to do. I have a lot of scenes to go through and get that fixed. So I'm going to minimize this because I'm going to work with that later. And I'm going to go ahead and kill Zoom. I don't need Zoom running. No one's going to join me on Zoom. If someone were to join me, they would be part of this recording because I'm showing this recording. That's probably maybe another stream for another day. So I'm going to go ahead and end it. I'm going to end the meeting for all. I'm all. No one else is here. So that's done. Now I'm going to go back to the Stream Deck and I'm going to push a button for Davinci Resolve. Greg is probably getting a migraine even though he's probably asleep. I'm surprised it doesn't tell me that there's an upgrade available. I know there's an upgrade available because it just came out. Do I want to go get it or not? I probably do. So how do I do that? Well, I'm going to start something right here. Then I'm going to go up here to the upper right hand corner and I'm going to go to about. I'm going to go to Davinci Resolve right here. And then I'm going to scroll down to check for update. And it says it's up to date. So 18, now it's for the studio version only. Pretty sure it's 18.5. So that's weird. That's really crazy weird. in that. Turn off the spotlight. I'm going to grab something from my other monitor here. And 18.5 is out. Oh, it's in beta, I bet. Probably it's in beta, not not ready for release to the public. Yeah, I didn't watch Casey Ferris. I watched, who did I watch? I watched one, so we'll go into my history. And it's not showing up in my history. Oh, there we go. Mr. Alex Tech. 18.5. It's in beta. Okay, that makes sense. That's why I don't have it. Okay, I'm good with that. I'm going to go ahead and release it or bring it up again. Well, not really. There's no need to. I can't demonstrate one of the main features of it. So when it comes out, it's the features primarily are for the paid version, which I have. Not so much Davinci today as it was OBS. I do want to show this. I thought this was interesting. I had fun with this. So one of my subscribers and a Zoom homie, William Dawson, wanted to take two photographs and combine them into one. And the bobcat's a picture and the rabbit's a picture. And then went into the color tab and I mashed out the rabbit, got rid of the background. If I bring the alpha channel out, then it looks like that. And that's just, if I come back over here to this edit page, that's just horrible. That's just not acceptable, even for an amateur like me and a newbie like me. That's just not acceptable. So went to the color tab and I masked out the rabbit, right clicked in here, add a node, which was the serial node. And then you take the blue output here, connect it to the blue dot down here, and it gets rid of it. And when you come back over here, you have that. And then if you want the rabbit to look the other way, you can come up here as long as you're highlighted here on this box, which is the rabbit. You can come right here and hit flip, and now the rabbit's running the other way. And it really depends on your perspective. I like it both ways. The bobcat's looking at it. When you flip it, the bobcat's looking at it. It's kind of cool. If you flip it this way, that looks silly, so you want to leave it like that. And I think I could probably animate the rabbit. Just mess around with that real quick. Yeah, I can make the rabbit bigger or smaller. Can I change the position of the rabbit? So I'm going to go to the beginning of the playhead, make sure I'm there, which I am. And I'm going to take this rabbit and I'm going to move him over here off the screen completely. And I'm going to add a keyframe. Again, I'll spotlight this and X, Y position. I'm just going to mess with the X. So I'm going to go add my keyframe right here. And then I'm going to move the playhead. Oh, let's just see what happens if I take this playhead and I go all the way across to the end. And I'm going to come back up here. And I don't know if you can see this rabbit or not. I'll make that so maybe we can see both actions at the same time. Go a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. Okay, so now I'm going to grab this and we're going to make the rabbit run across. And now he's out of the picture. So now I'm going to get rid of the spotlight. I'm going to go back to the beginning. I'm going to hit play. And because he's not actually moving, that doesn't look all that good. But you could animate it if you wanted to. That's all I was indicating there. And then I obviously would want to take it further off the screen. I think if I do this like that, and then come back to here and hit play, it should go all the way out because it's got two new keyframes now. So it's going to go, yeah, that's good. Now I like the fact that that second keyframe went a lot faster. I mean, I could probably speed that up by right click. That's still, so I don't have anything to speed up other than changing the duration will speed it up. I don't see any other way to do that right now, so I don't want to do that. Just off click. Now, let's get rid of the animation. So we're going to come up here to the keyframe on the X, and we're simply going to click on the red or the diamond. It's going to turn red. Click on an arrow, click on the diamond, click on an arrow, click on the diamond, click on the arrow, click on a diamond, click on the arrow, click on a diamond until no more arrows. No more arrows means no more keyframes. So now, because that's where we put the rabbit at the beginning of this, that's where he's going to stay. So we want to put him back over where he was at, which is about right here. And we probably want to lower him down a little bit to about right there. Good to go. So I'm going to guess this has been about 40 minutes or so. I didn't really pay that much attention to the time. It's not a true daily Davinci. It does have some Davinci in it. I'll be glad when I get 18.5. There's some things in there that I've seen that I really want to test out and go from there. Now this is on autosave, so I don't have to worry about saving it. It's good to go. I'll demonstrate that by going over here to File, Project Manager. I'll open up this one. I don't even know what it is. Oh, I do know what it is. That should not be in there. This is something I was working on that I've showed you guys. This is the original. And I know two way I know it's original. One, the color changes and the background is still in there. I was messing with this background. There's things I like about what I did. I really like how that's like that, but I really don't like how it disappears. So that's neither here nor there. My point to prove, and then I'll get out of here, is I go back to Project Manager, and I go back to William Dawson. It's going to be right there where I left him. And I think he's good right there. I might want to move the rabbit just a little bit more to here. I don't remember what it was originally. So I'm going to leave that right like that. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Get it edited. Get it ready to broadcast here in about 3 hours. It's 9:41 now, and I'll schedule it to premiere at 12:30, which now at the end of this premiere, you're going to see he scheduled a premiere that just played from 12:30. I want to thank everyone. I want to thank the 261 subscribers that I currently have. I'd like to get to the goal of 400 by the end of the year. It's just a personal goal. Thank you so much. I'll see everyone tonight, 10:30 Indiana time, or Eastern Daylight Time, or Eastern Standard Time, or East Coast Time, whatever you want to call it. Have a great day.